My 46 female husband 50 male has a porn collection of one of his students. I am trying to keep this both as vague and as collected as possible. Bear with me. Both my husband and I teach at the same university within the same department. Because of this, we have a lot of overlap with students we both teach. One of these students is a girl I'll call Kate. Kate is nice, smart, and very pretty, but not someone I think about a lot. I knew she was also in some of my husband's courses, but we never really spoke about her. Just a normal student, I guess. I had a smartphone that I got rid of a few years ago due to wasting too much time on it. Now I have a small flip phone I carry for emergencies. My husband has a normal phone. We went on vacation recently and used his phone to take pictures of our trip. Yesterday he was out of the house and had left his phone charging. I decided I wanted to send my sister some nice pictures of our vacation. He didn't have a code on his phone before and I was surprised to see he'd added one. But he'd never cared if I'd used his phone before and he uses the same code for almost everything. So I had an easy time guessing and letting myself in. I realized that this is something a lot of people would consider very snoopy and inappropriate. But like I said, we've always been open with each other and I had no intention of digging up dirt on him or sneaking through his private stuff. I assumed he had added the code sometime when we were traveling to make it harder to steal or something. I start scrolling through his pictures and I find an untitled folder. From the preview I could see it was full of nudes. I know I shouldn't have looked, but I couldn't help myself. And when I did, my heart fell into my stomach because they were all pictures of Kate. He had probably 50 nudes of her on his phone. I couldn't believe what I was seeing and I still can't. I am horrified he would do this to me and to her. At this point I didn't know how he had gotten the pictures or what. Most of them were screenshots and had filters on them. So I dug around some more and found he had made a Snapchat account with a fake name. The only friend he had was a girl with a name I didn't recognize. I looked through their messaging history and didn't find anything. So, I am assuming he deleted all the messages from her. But her profile had many nude photos you could click through. And at this point it became clear that the mystery girl was Kate using a pseudonym. At this point I set his phone back and went on my computer to dig some more. Googling Kate's fake name brought me to a profile on a webcam porn site she had created. There was a lot of porn as well as an advertisement for a Snapchat you could pay to be friends with her on for more porn. I am assuming this is how my husband added her. I am also assuming he is one of her paying customers on the website. Unbeknownst to me, I have no idea if Kate knows her professor is buying her porn, but that seems unlikely to me. What the duck do I do? I was too shocked to say anything to him when he came home last night and he could tell that I was upset. But I lied and told him I got into a spat with my sister so I wouldn't have to confront him. She's making the porn of her own free will so far as I can tell. But this is so deeply wrong to me. I know I can't ignore this and I also don't want to accidentally out Kate to the entire school and ruin her reputation. Just, what do I do? It's one thing to watch porn and another to be basically obsessed with and building a collection of a specific person that is also his student. It is very inappropriate and do you really know what other contact or advances he has made toward her? I would definitely confront him about it. Not sure if I could get over it, but every relationship is different and it's up to you and what your personal moral boundaries are. Good luck. I'd also try to talk to Kate about it. Does she know that one of her teachers has a borderline obsession with her? Given that he's talking to her through her sex work Snapchat rather than her personal. I doubt that there's an actual affair going on, though it's still possible. Of course, I'd look at the Snapchat name of his account to see if it's anything that can be associated with him. Not a sex worker myself, but I've talked to sex workers who use Snapchat and they said that most of their messages are just text. If it is a picture, it's of their dick and not of their face. Damn OP. I hope you and Kate get away from him. Of all the gin joints in all the world, I wonder just how your husband discovered her site. Either he spends a lot of time looking at porn, another student told him, or she told him. In other words, he either lucked into finding it, or someone told him about it. Which seems more likely to you? This is shady as duck. Second story. I 28 male with fiancé 27 female about a month ago overheard her tell a friend her previous ex was the best lover she ever had. It was quite by accident that I heard this. We had a group of our friends over and as the night went on we all kind of busted out into little groups. Some of us were in one room playing Texas Hold'em and a couple of others were watching a Lord of the Ring marathon. I thought she was watching the movies, but she and one of her close friends were actually sitting in the kitchen drinking coffee and talking. Our group had run out of soda, so I got up to go to the kitchen to get drinks and a couple of snacks. As I am rounding the corner I hear my fiancé talking, and before I completely come in the room I hear her clearly say Jason is great but he will never be the lover that Bill was. She then followed it up with it's not really fair to Jason though. Bill was just really gifted down there. At first I thought about just walking back into the card game and pretending like we didn't have any extra soda or food, but I decided to kind of make a noise and go in. Her friend caught eye of me rounding the corner and I could see her make a face to my fiancé letting her know I was there. Of course she has no idea I heard her, and she just stops talking to her and asks me how I am doing and if I am having fun. I was tempted to say something like I am having as much fun as someone who is not gifted down there can, but I didn't. I just said yes and proceeded to get my stuff and go back and finish the night. I just acted like nothing was wrong the rest of the night and went to bed. Needless to say, it ducked me up. Ducked me up bad. I've never been jealous or what you would call insecure about myself until that moment. I couldn't sleep that night and I went through a myriad of emotions while laying there. At first I was angry, then I was humiliated, then I was depressed, then I was angry again. Look, I realized that the male ego seems stupid to women and even guys who are totally self-assured. I would have agreed with most of this prior to that night, but once it has been damaged, it is a bitch. I tried to hide any form of emotion about it or ever let her know, but as the days went on I just kept getting worse and worse. I was avoiding her at all costs, and while she was suspicious she didn't really say anything. That is until she attempted to be intimate with me a few days later and I flat out rejected her. It wasn't by a conscious decision on my part, by the way. I had made the decision on my own to just try and get over it and move on. But in the moment, instead of being sexually aroused, I felt deeply inadequate and ashamed. Nothing was happening no matter how much either of us tried. She asked me what was wrong and I just told her I must have been stressed from work, but she would not believe that or let it go. So much to my humiliation, there I laid, naked in bed, unable to get an erection. I came clean and told her what I heard. Well, this did not go over well at all. At first she tried to tell me I did not hear her correctly, but I just repeated to her verbatim what she had told her friend. Well, once she couldn't deny it, she then tried to apologize, and to her credit she tried to listen to my feelings on the matter, which once again I am sure was more of a big turn off for her because I was a wreck emotionally. She tried to tell me how much of a better person I was and how I satisfied her, and she wanted nobody else, but all I could hear was Charlie Brown's teacher noise. It's been almost a month and I have zero desire to be with her sexually. None. She is now getting frustrated about this as well, but no matter what I have tried, I just cannot get past this. It's not like she said we were both good lovers or anything like that. She clearly said he was far superior, and my guess is that being gifted down there means he was significantly larger than me as well. Well, I know I can do all kinds of things with my hands, tongue and whatever else, but no matter what I do I can't grow in size. Obviously she refuses to talk about that with me, saying that no matter what she says it will only make things worse, because even if she says something positive about me I won't believe her. She's most likely right. Some backstory here. He dumped her. It was not a mutual breakup. He flat out dumped her and broke her heart. I know this because early on in our relationship she told me this. She said she wasn't ready to be serious about anybody because her previous ex left her and emotionally broke her. So this is not a case of me even being able to say, well, she's with me because she wants to be. If he hadn't dumped her she would never have left him. Now I have no idea if after all of these years she would leave me for him if he would come back, but I don't think she would. I just don't know what to do here. I can feel myself checking out of the relationship. I know this is petty as shit, but hearing the person you love tell someone else they prefer to have sex with someone else is just devastating to me. Her telling me all of my other good qualities has only made it worse because she is saying things that I think appeal to her and maybe other women, but being told I am a good provider and will make a great husband makes me feel like shit. Like, what would happen if I lost my good paying job, or better yet, what if I were to get injured and couldn't make anything more than state assistance? Would she be there to support and help me? Basically what I feel like right now is a really good friend who she just allowed to have sex with. I know in my head that this is not correct, but in my heart that is what I feel. I am sorry for the length here, and I don't even know what I am asking here. I am totally lost, and if this continues I just think I am going to break our engagement. Too long didn't read. Heard fiancé tell her friend that previous ex was superior in the sack, presumable due to size among other things. Relationship has gone to hell since and I need advice. Edit. Holy God. I made this post last night and answered a couple of questions and then went to bed and got up today and went Christmas shopping, hoping to make me forget my troubles, and didn't even log in until just now. I have not even started to read the at this point 7.7 thousand comments on this post. I don't know what anyone has said yet, but thank you all for commenting either way. I am now going to begin the massive undertaking of looking at the comments. Also thank you for the gold and silver kind internet strangers. Edit. To dear God. I read all the way down to the bottom of the page thinking I had gotten through most of everything, and then at the bottom it said load the 5.5k more posts. I am stopping for the night. Well, morning actually. I was going to respond to people individually, but there is just no way. I haven't even started reading the direct messages to me yet, nor have I opened any of the 20 chat screens. There are issues I want out there because there are a couple of things that are being said that are not accurate. She was to use the Barney Gumble phrase using sweet drunk talk. In other words, her and her friend were drunk while talking. Nope. Neither of us drink. We don't even have it in the house. That I am upset, she told her friend. Well, this is an odd thing. Before I posted this, honestly I wasn't that upset about this part. I was then and am still far more upset that this is how she feels. However, now reading a lot of the post, I have become somewhat aggravated that she did share this with her friend. I would never say anything about her to anyone that would put her in a lesser light. That I am an insecure man-child who should just man up and learn to do better. Well, I am certain the first part is true, being insecure and all, but the last part is just out of my control. No matter what I do, I will only ever be 7 long. We have talked about this, by the way. When she was trying to build me up, she said that I was already great with everything but the one thing I can't control. Okay, so I gave myself about a ½ inch to feel better. No, I am not going to do anything rash. It's already been a month, so it's not like this happened last week. But yes, I have to decide what I am going to do here before long. It's not fair to either of us, as I am just coasting through this and no longer committed. She is sorry that I heard it. She said she is sorry she said it, but at the end of the day she would not be sorry if I didn't catch her saying it. It is what it is. But yes, I do believe she is regretting it because she has basically been a mess since I first told her. Me not wanting to be with her is bothering her a lot, according to her. I don't know how much of that I believe, but right now I guess I don't know why she would lie. It really has wrecked hell on our Christmas spirit this year, I know that. Edit 3 engineer, for those who keep asking what I do for a living. She is a paralegal. Edit 4 people have been asking about the relationship with the ex and how I know she was heartbroken. We met about 9 months after they separated. I know that ultimately he wanted to be with someone else, although she has claimed he never cheated. He just ended things so he could be with another woman. She approached me at a local workshop and we started dating. On our 4th date, when things started to get physical, she broke down crying about the ex. It was certainly weird to hold someone while they cried about someone else, but I did it. We sporadically dated for a couple more months, in which time I never tried to cross any boundaries physically because it was obvious she wasn't over him, so while we just went out of dates I tried to keep myself of the mind that we were just friends because I didn't want to commit either. After close to 2 months, she drags me from my car to her apartment and begins to tell me how much she has appreciated my patience with her and how she felt stupid about dragging me along for so long. Obviously that was our first night together. Within 3 months of that, she is telling me that she loves me. So yes, she was still hung up on her ex for fact when we got together. I had hoped she was over him before this happened. Hit like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing to our channel.